Welcome all, my dear friends. Let us enter into another significant arena of the world of patents that is known as patent drafting. So, after having a lots of discussions on the most significant sections, rules, and forms of the Patents Act 1970 and the Patents Rules 2003, respectively, let us enter into this beautiful and most important arena of the world of patents. Okay, so let us continue with patent drafting. Fine. So, patent drafting or otherwise we can say patent specification writing. Okay, and today I have taken the topic patent specification. Okay, so let us proceed with this. Now, a beautiful thought, friends. Just listen it carefully. Grasp the essence from the seed and let it drip from your fingertips. I'm again reading it, friends. Grasp the essence from the seed and let it drip from your fingertips. And that's called drafting. I hope it is clear. Fine. That means I have tried to explain you this term drafting in a literal way with showing some beautiful clips. Fine. I hope you get it. Okay. So let us proceed. Now we will have a comparison because whenever we say what is a draft, normally we go to its literal meaning. Fine. So first of all, we will go to the literal meaning of a draft. Fine. Okay. We can say that a draft is a preliminary version of a piece of writing. Fine. Or it is or we can say a draft is a written order to pay a specified sum. Fine. So this is the normal and literal meaning of draft. Now we will go towards what is a patent draft. Fine. Because this is the demand of our legal world or the world of patents. Fine. Okay. Let us see. A patent draft is a technical document presented in a legal format that has two primary functions. Fine. Number one is to establish novelty, and point number two is to establish inventive step or non-obviousness of an invention. Fine. Also, we can note it that patent drafting is the process of writing the patent description and claims. Fine. When the patent is issued, the draft is the specification part of the document. So, whenever you will try to understand the meaning of this statement that I have written in the note part, then your confusions will be clarified. Fine. So, just remember, patent drafting is the process of writing the patent description and claims. Fine. And when the patent is issued, the draft is the specification part of the document. Fine. So, the comparison has been done. Let us proceed. Now, see friends, what I have given the title to this slide. The seed of the fruit. That means we know the very essence of a fruit is the seed. And seed is that part of the fruit which has the possibility, all the possibilities of life. So in this way, we can just compare this particular content of the complete specification as the seed of the fruit. That means the most important content for the complete specification. Okay. What it is? This is claim or claims. See, the name of the game is claim. Okay, just remember this. The name of the game is claim. Okay, just proceed. So friends, as of now, we have gathered a lot of knowledge about claims, their significance, their scope, their structure, specific types of claims, right? What is drafting, what is patent specification, what are different types of specification, etc., etc. Now, by gathering all the knowledge, let us try to solve a question based on drafting. And actually, it was asked in Patent Agent Examination 2016 in the month of November, or we can say PAE November 2016. Fine. So the question is related to agriculture. Actually, more specifically, it is related to fertilizers. Fine. So let us read the question, what was asked actually, and in which form actually the inventor uh, hands over, or we can say hand over his invention in which form to a patent agent. Okay, so I, it, actually I would like to tell you that think yourself as the patent agent and think that an inventor has come to you with a in any form, in either in the online form or in the that means either in the soft copy or in the hard copy. Okay, he handovers you a bunch of papers. Okay, if it is in hard copy form, and now you have the hard copy, you have the invention in your hand. Now the work begins, or we can say now the ball is in your court. So how to start stepwise? Fine. Okay. So think yourself as the patent agent and then read this question. Okay. So let us start. The question is, the invention is generally related to the field of formulation and use of fertilizer compositions for agricultural use. Okay, what is written here? Now, the invention is generally related to the field of formulation, okay, and use of fertilizer compositions for agricultural use. That means some more related to chemistry or biochemistry. Fine. More specifically, the invention relates to fertilizer compositions that contain viable bacillus bacteria and decontaminated animal manure. Fine. So what is the specification? The invention relates to the fertilizer compositions and that contains bacillus bacteria, a type of bacteria that you know, and decontaminated animal manure. It may include, that means this decontaminated animal manure may include uh, animal feces and urine, etc. But it is not contaminated. But it is not in the contaminated form. That's why written decontaminated animal manure. Fine. Next, it is well understood that nitrogen, okay, nitrogen or N, the single most important plant nutrient, has been overused in modern agriculture in an effort to encourage maximum plant yields. Friends, we all have heard about the green revolution, right? And after that green revolution, actually all these uses have been started. That means the uses of the manures, the insecticides, all kinds of chemical fertilizers, etc., etc. Okay, and in modern agriculture, actually nitrogen is the, we can say, the significant part. And why it is used in a significant amount? Because we know that it encourages maximum plant yields. Fine. Nitrogen, but it has so many side effects that we will actually read it further. Just take a look. Nitrogen in the form of soluble nitrates, in particularly sorry, nitrogen in the form of soluble nitrates is particularly harmful to the environment since nitrates readily leach out of the soil and cause pollution of ground and surface water. That means groundwater pollution and surface water pollution are caused due to this soluble nitrates. Fine. So we learned that so many side effects are there of this using this nitrogen part. Okay, in the manures. One of the principal goals of agricultural science has been to invent a perfect fertilizer composition that is capable of optimizing food plant production when used at minimum application rates that subsequently will not degrade or adversely affect the soil ecosystem. That means we can say actually the principal goal of the agricultural science is just to have a kind of manure which will not affect badly to the environment. That means a kind of sustainable development should be there. That means it is the goal of the agricultural science, because everything has to be proceed, or everything has to be proceeded with nature, not against nature. Fine. So, the present invention attains this goal. As we know that all our fields are getting um, contaminated with all these chemical fertilizers, and so many side effects are there for the land as well as on our health also, friends. So, the present invention attains this goal. Fine. Prior art X. Prior art is X. It is taken. So, just for example X, okay, claims a biochemical fertilizer, but no mention is made of using decontaminated manure as a source of the organic ingredients. Okay, so the priority is, that means someone has already discovered a biochemical fertilizer, but what is the difference between the prior art and this invention is that in that prior art, decontaminated manure is not mentioned. Okay, decontaminated manure as a source of the organic ingredients is not mentioned. So we can say that this decontaminated manure can be taken as a novel invention that is used in our, that, or we can say that is used in this invention. Friends, actually I am reading this as a patent agent, and also I am trying to analyze by just mapping the inventor's mind. This must be your way also while you read an invention from an inventor. Fine? I think you got it. Okay, let us proceed. Continuing from the previous slide, and the question is not finished yet. Okay. So, in the previous slide, we were discussing about the prior art. Okay. So, continuing with the same flow, let me proceed. Other non-manure organics are indicated. A broad list of microorganisms listed by genera is claimed in Claim 10, which includes Bacillus, but this claim simply lists all the genera that may contain beneficial microorganisms, not noble as they are listed as such in numerous textbooks, and does not give any specific examples of species with performance data. The need for microbial nutrients is mentioned in Claim 14, but this must be part of the microorganism ingredient, not the bulk organic ingredient as in my invention, where decontaminated manure feeds the bacillus. That means a comparison has been made with the prior art with the inventor's invention. Friends, as I am treating myself as a patent agent, I am trying to map the inventor's mind. Fine? Okay. Next, there is a great but heretofore, there is a great but heretofore unmet need worldwide for technology that permits lower use rates of N, that is nitrogen, while maintaining plant yields. That means this is the objective of the situation. Fine. The present invention provides such technology by combining unique ingredients and processing them in such a way as to arrive at potentiated fertilizer compositions capable of effecting substantial benefits in plant production. That means the inventor is explaining about the advantages in his or her invention. Fine. The novelty of the present invention relates to specific synergisms between the various ingredients and to the processing technology that renders such ingredients functional. Okay. In accordance with the present invention, fertilizer compositions that contain viable bacillus bacteria and decontaminated animal manure are presented. Okay. Again, the inventor uh, um, showcases or shows the advantages of his present invention. Fine. Okay, let us proceed. Continuing from the previous slide. Optionally, these formulations preferably also contain humic acid and NPK substances, where N means nitrogenous or nitrogen containing compounds, organic or inorganic. P indicates phosphorus containing organic or inorganic compounds, and K indicates potassium containing organic or inorganic compounds. Fine. So we can say optionally these formulations preferably contains NPK substances. That also is described here. Fine. More specifically, the invention concerns compositions comprising at least one species of probiotic bacillus bacteria that exert a positive effect on the yield of agricultural plants and or reduce the nitrogen requirements of agricultural plants and animal manure that has been decontaminated to reduce the concentration of undesirable microorganisms. That means in a sentence it has been written here more specifically, and it has actually mentioned all the advantages of the present invention. Fine. Thus, a first aspect of the invention is a fertilizer composition for plant production comprised of decontaminated manure and bacillus spores. Bacillus spores means these are the means of their we can say germination. That means actually the spores, bacillus spores, or we can say the bacterial spores, are small oval or spherical structures that are very resistant to high temperatures, radiation, desiccation and chemical agents. Okay. When they are formed intracellularly, they are called endospore. These are the detailed things not required here. So we can say the bacterial cell producing spore is called the vegetative cell, and this will remain dormant, and at the time of germination they can be used actually. Fine, just remember these things, nothing else. So I am again reading it. Thus, the first aspect of the invention is a fertilizer composition for plant production comprised of decontaminated manure and bacillus spores, and preferably humic acid, and optionally one or more N compounds, nitrogen compounds, P compounds, phosphorus compounds, K compounds, potassium compounds, and combinations of two or more of these compounds. For example, two N compounds and N compound with a P compound, two K compounds, or one each of N compound, P compound and K compound, etc. etc. Preferred compositions are those wherein the ingredients are blended into an admixture resulting in a granular product. Just remember where you have heard first time the admixture in respect to patents. Okay. Just you can go to section 3. Fine. Of the Patents Act 1970. Other preferred compositions are those blended into an admixture resulting in a powdered product. That means one is a granular product, one is a powder product. Okay, fine. One is a granular product, one is a powdered product. Okay, let us proceed. Continuing from the previous slide and proceeding with the same question. Okay. Preferably, the ingredients are formed into hardened pellets. Fine. The decontaminated manure is preferably derived from manure selected from the group consisting chicken or swine manure, particularly produced without litter or bedding, and produced from animals not receiving growth promoting antibiotics in their feed. That means, see, how much care has been taken here. Okay, that means it is produced from the animals not receiving growth promoting antibiotics in their feed. So much care has been taken not to include any kind of chemical components. Okay, care has been taken for the other preferred compositions of the invention are those wherein the bacillus spores are from strains of probiotic bacillus bacteria capable of enhancing beneficial microbial populations within the rhizosphere. Okay. Preferably, the decontaminated manure has a total aerobic or facultative viable plate count reduced by 2 to 4 lakhs, that is 100 to 10,000 times compared to raw manure. Yet other preferred compositions of the invention are those wherein the humic acid is derived from lignite. As used herein, humic acid means a polymeric compound typically containing the brownish black pigment melanin and can be obtained from lignite. It is soluble in bases but insoluble in mineral acids and alcohols. It is not a well-defined compound but a mixture of polymers containing aromatic and heterocyclic structures, carboxyl groups and nitrogen, and is used in drilling fluids, printing inks and plant growth. See Holly's Condensed Chemical Dictionary, 12th edition, 1993, page 608. As seen in the examples herein, not all humic acids behave in similar fashion. So here all the care has been taken to show the technicality of the invention as well by mentioning all the chemical components and the ingredients in a detailed way and also showing a reference to the Holly's Condensed Chemical Dictionary. Fine. Okay, let us proceed. Now continuing from the previous slide, still others prefer, that means we are continuing with the question only, just take a look. Still other preferred compositions of the invention are those wherein the N compounds are selected from the group consisting of urea, ammonium sulfate, ammonium nitrate, ammonium phosphate, calcium nitrate, potassium nitrate, sodium nitrate. The P compounds are selected from the group consisting of ammonium phosphate, superphosphate, then CaS2PO4 2. This is the formula actually. And then tricalcium phosphate, phosphate salts of sodium or potassium, including orthophosphate salts, and the K compounds are selected from the group consisting of KCl, that is potassium chloride, and then potassium sulfate, potassium nitrate, and phosphate salts of potassium, including orthophosphate salts. Preferred compositions of the invention are those wherein the decontaminated manure has a total aerobic or we can say aerobic to facultative viable plate count. Okay, aerobic per facultative viable plate count reduced by 2 to 4 logs, that is 100 to 10,000 times compared to raw manure. Okay, so just look at the components of the just look at the groups from which the N compounds and P compounds and K compounds are selected. So friends, in this way actually the question is completed. That means the hard copy or the soft copy which the inventor has given to the patent agent, that thing is completed now. That means the question part. That means we can say the invention part. Here, as a patent agent, I have tried to grasp the essence of this particular invention. Okay, now what I will do, I will ask some question to myself to proceed with the further steps. Okay, so we will proceed like in the further we can proceed like this. Okay, fine. Now, this slide is about the questions arose after reading the invention. Okay. Question number 1. What is the invention about? The answer is the invention provides a method of formulation for building a fertilizer composition containing bacillus bacteria and decontaminated manure for agricultural use. Question number 2. What is the problem it claims to solve? Answer. The problem of nitrogen in the form of soluble nitrates being used in modern agriculture. The soluble nitrates readily leach out of the soil and cause pollution of ground and surface waters. Question number 3. What solution does the invention provide? The answer is the invention claims to have invented a fertilizer composition that does not degrade or adversely affect the soil ecosystem and also permits lower use of rates of or we can say lower rate of use of nitrogen while maintaining plant yields. Fine. Continuing with the question set. Question number 4. What is the prior art related to the invention? The answer is prior art X claims a biochemical fertilizer using non-manure organics and using many well-known beneficial microorganisms including bacillus, which is also used in the claimed invention. No specific example of species or species with performance data is given. Question number 5. How is the invention better than the prior art? The answer is the prior art has no mention of using decontaminated manure as a source of the organic ingredients. Fine. Now continuing with the question set. Question number 6. What is the novelty factor or the core concepts of the invention? The answer is the invention provides technology for making fertilizer composition that permits lower use of rates of nitrogen while maintaining plant yields. The technology works by combining unique ingredients and processing them in such a way as to arrive at potentiated fertilizer compositions capable of effecting substantial benefits in plant production. The novelty of the invention relates to specific synergisms between the various ingredients and to the processing technology that renders such ingredients functional. So, the core concept articulated by the invention that it provides a processing technology by which the used ingredients are rendered functional because of the specific synergism between them, resulting in allowing lower rate of use which providing benefits in plant production. The composition comprises at least one species of probiotic bacillus bacteria which exert a positive effect on the yield of agricultural plants and or reduce the nitrogen requirements of agricultural manure. The decontaminated animal manure reduces the concentration of undesirable microorganisms. Fine. And the last question is question number 7. What is the invention and its suggested? What is the invention and its suggested embodiment? The answer is fertilizer composition and the method of preparation. Fine. So friends, these are the questions that arose in the mind of the person who has read this. That means in the mind of the patent agent. Okay. In the next lecture, we will continue with the drafting part. Okay. So till then, happy learning. So friends, enrich your brain cell with proper food and proper knowledge. So thank you all my dear friends for listening to me and watching my video. Please like, share and subscribe my channel. Please keep questioning. Please keep learning and keep enjoying. Thank you so much. God bless you. Jai Hind.